Hi, I'm Bianca Tarrant, co-founder of Our Cow, and welcome back to Paddock Talk. Today we're doing something a little different. Instead of talking about farming, Dave and I are sharing a little on our own health story. Over the past little while, we've been on what you'd call a carnivore journey. Now, when people hear carnivore diet, they usually have two reactions. Either they're fascinated or they think we've lost the plot. But the truth is, we were curious. We got so many customers in the Our Cow family who swear by carnivore eating, and we kept hearing stories about better energy, clearer skin, fixing digestion, health issues. So we thought, if we're in the business of supplying some of the best grass-fed meat in Australia, why not give it a crack ourselves and see what happens? In this episode, we'll take you through why we decided to try it, what those first couple of weeks were like, and the benefits we noticed, the challenges we faced, and some of the lessons we learned along the way. If you've ever wondered what it's like to eat only meat, or you're just curious to hear about the ups and downs on our own journey, I think you'll get a lot out of this one. Hello, David.
Oh, hi.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, no worries. You know, you're my favorite guest.
That's underpaid.
And underloved, probably. So today we're taking a bit of a different turn on the podcast, and we're going to be talking about carnivore.
Yep.
So we've been on a bit of a carnivore journey since November last year.
Yep.
So it's been nearly 6 months, 7 months, 8 months?
8 months.
8 months. Math's not my strong point. So I thought we could just start off by like what sparked our interest around carnivore, how we got on to this, and what our perspectives were on it.
Yep.
So I want to start.
Okay.
Because
there you go.
This is my...
Have a cup of tea and listen.
Okay. So we were going to America, right? And for me, food is a big part of my life. Like all events are centered around food. Anytime you go somewhere, it's very food focused. Like,
you and your sister?
Well, I live to eat. That's what I felt like my life was, like dumplings, like lots of little foods was like just really got me going. So I was very excited to go to America and like try all the different cuisines, try all the American culture. But what happened the day that we flew out, and I think this is a big contributing factor, the day that we flew out to America, you told me that you had signed up to a motocross fitness program. Now, I nearly fell off my chair. Because for me, like I've always loved the gym. When we first met, I was like gym fanatical. I was Olympic weightlifting full time. I was like CrossFit mad. And to try and even get you into a gym was like pulling teeth. You hated the gym. You hated training. You hated anything to do with like fitness. It just wasn't your go. Like
100%.
you had a like a really unconscious bias about people that went to the gym, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then when you told me that you signed up for a motocross fitness program, I was like, are you on drugs? What's wrong with you? Are you feeling okay? So you signed up to this program for when we got back. But while we were over there, we just fully immersed ourselves in the American culture, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'm talking like pretzels, pizzas, all the takeaway places, all the iconic places we went to, lots of briskets, lots of barbecuing, all the American things. Everything was supersized. Everything was big. Oh, the biscuits. This is a different episode, but I wanted to go on a cookie quest in my life. Like it really, my lifelong aspiration is to go on a cookie quest.
Yeah.
And when we were in America, I tried so many cookies and I just was like living my best life. Anyway, so we're in America and we come back and we literally flew back from America to Sydney and then Sydney to Adelaide because we had sponsored a carnivore conference.
And you were like a speaker.
I was a speaker at the conference. So we'd sponsored the event. It was like Carnivore Live, and it was in Adelaide talking. It was like all different health.
We just put on 20 kilos in
Literally,
America.
like we'd just eaten our body weight in pizza. And I was a speaker on the stage in front of all of these carnivores that were like been lifelong carnivores, or they've like had all these health issues that they were trying to fix by living and eating carnivore. And I felt like the biggest imposter standing on that stage. Like I was the most stressed I've ever been. And it was only like a 10-minute speech. Like normally my keynotes are like 20 to 30 minutes. And I was on there for 10 minutes and I was like sweat pissing out everywhere. I was so nervous. Anyway, I started my speech off with a confession because I was like, I can't lie to these people. Like I'm not going to stand up here and pretend that I'm like talking the talk and walking the walk. So I got up there and said, Yeah, hi, my name is Bianca, I own Our Cow. I just want to let everybody know that we've just flown in from America yesterday and I've literally eaten my body weight in pizza.
Yeah.
So I've never tried the carnivore diet, but after hearing everybody speak today, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
We went carnivore
The
from that
next
day.
day, the next day we got home and we were fully committed to being carnivore.
Yeah.
How did you feel about all of that?
Well, I think going back to what you said before, that I just signed up to this motocross training program, and like a little bit of background behind that. Like for the last, if you've been listening to the Our Cow podcast for the last 6-7 years, our life has been pretty full on with work, like hectic work every day, and then farming on the weekend, right? So you work all week in Our Cow and the business and the stresses of that, and then still run the farm on a weekend. And so basically I was like getting a little bit fucking sick of just working our asses off all the time. And I wanted to do something that, like, to try and enjoy our life a little bit again. So anyway, I used to race motocross when I was a young fella and had this midlife crisis, didn't I, Bianca?
Yeah.
About going back to racing motocross. So I'm not a young fella anymore. And I think I realized getting back on the motorbike, and most people probably don't understand this that have never ridden a motocross bike before, that it is like one of the most physically demanding sports that you can do. You use every single muscle in your body trying to lug a 120 kilo dirt bike around at speed with a lot of G-forces and stuff like that. And your average heart rate's like between 180 to 200 for like 20 minutes, right? So anyway, I got back on the bike. The first race back, absolutely coughed my lungs up, like was nearly dying.
I thought you were going to die.
And I was overweight. Like I was, just a little bit of weight, like just like everyone does. Incremental 1 kilo weight increases over the last like 20 years, or just like getting a bit comfortable and settle down with you, not chasing a woman no more, or a gym membership. So I'm getting a bit settled and eating a bit too much tucker. So anyway, signed up to this motocross fitness program because I'm like, I'm going to make a go of this. Like I'm going to come out of retirement and try and actually have a bit of a crack on the bike again. And the only way to do that is like to get fit, and like it's fucking tough to try and lose weight. It's so easy to put it on, but very, very difficult to lose it. So my take on the carnivore was, okay, I'm going to go fully committed to like trying to lose weight to get back on the bike, and something that motivated me. Because like you said, I despised the gym. Like I couldn't see doing something without a purpose, even though it was your health, which is kind of the most important thing. But
can I just say before you go any further,
Yeah.
like doing fully committed,
Yeah.
like that is, I feel like that's such a man thing.
Yeah.
Like a woman will say like, I'm going to go on a diet on Monday. I'm going to start on Monday.
Yeah.
But like when you in particular get something in your head and you're like, I'm going to do this, there is no stopping you.
No.
It was like, you used to smoke.
Yep, I used to quit.
You used to smoke. One day, wake up, not smoking anymore. I was like, what are you talking about?
I smoked for like 25 years.
Apart from me being on your back every single day saying, you should have given up smoking, you're just like, no, I'm done with that now. Like you just get like very one-tracked mind. And I think this was it. Like you were like, I'm doing this. This is what's happening.
I got a dog like that too. It's a one-track mind.
Yeah.
Tries to kill every cow.
Anyway, different. So yeah, so we decided to embark on the carnivore journey. That's why we started it.
Yep.
And tell me, like, what were what were some issues that you thought you were experiencing, like leading up to that, like health, weight? You spoke a little bit about it.
Yeah, like so I'm committing to this motocross, and then I also wanted to lose weight. And like I don't know, I'd sort of heard a little bit. Like I don't have social media. Heard a little bit about the carnivore diet and how easy it is to lose weight. And like literally, if I was a cow in a feedlot, I would have the best average daily weight gains out of any animal, because I eat a sandwich and put on 4 kilos, right? So I knew that I needed to cut bread out of my diet, and sugar was the two big things. So I thought, why not just try eating meat? I love eating meat. Like I tried a lot of different fad diet shit with you over the years. Like we've been on a green smoothie diet and we've been on this diet, and like nothing ever stuck. But like this, it was more than a diet. It's more like a lifestyle
change.
That I get up in the morning and I eat stuff I want to eat. Like I get to eat bacon and eggs for breakfast like every single day, or like
it's not painful,
a burger
eating
patty.
Salad and
like I get to eat a burger patty and eggs every morning, and have a steak for lunch or some chicken for lunch. Like that is like ultimately, I don't know, it's a man's diet for me, but it's so good. And literally the challenges that I think that I faced early on was like, I have such a sweet tooth, and so do you as well, that, you know, it's like giving up crack, like giving away sugar, giving away chocolate. It was very, very difficult initially, and still is as well. Like, you still have to make like conscious decisions. And I also think like eating consciously is something that I never really, you know, did. I like sat down and like ate all my food.
Tracking your food. That was part of your motocross program. And I think like, so a bit of like way back history, this is going to trip everybody out. Like before I had any of my jobs, I became a personal trainer. So like I went down the path of being a personal trainer, like training people in gyms, like educating them on fitness. So I had a pretty good understanding around like macronutrients, micronutrients, what your protein amount was, your carbs and your fat. But like what really opened your eyes up in particular was having to track your food in an app.
Yeah.
Like you're adding in
I'd never done that before.
a tablespoon of like tomato sauce. And you're like, holy fuck, look how much sugar's in this. Or like all of those different foods that you were adding in. It like really opened your eyes about the hidden sugars that is actually in food.
Yeah.
So I think, and one thing that people say when you go carnivore, and this is probably one thing that we struggled with, was like thinking that we were going to miss vegetables and miss salads.
Yeah.
But when we're on the road a lot and you're traveling and you're eating out, you're eating at pubs, you think, oh, I can't wait to get home and have a home cooked meal with some veggies.
Yeah.
Like you
steak and veggies.
Oh, I'm just craving some veggies. Yeah. That's like the one thing that people always say is, don't you miss veggies? But you don't.
Yeah.
You just don't, because your body feels so full from the meat. You just don't really think about it.
That was one thing I noticed a lot, was like I used to probably overeat food a lot. And like, so I'd eat my plate of like steak and veggies and mashed potato, or, you know, like palmy at the pub or whatever you had. And then I'd like be still hungry and be like eating your food.
Yeah.
Or probably not hungry, but just unconsciously like looking for more. So then I started trying to eat more consciously and like just being aware of what I was putting in my mouth. And then like I noticed that just being on a complete carnivore diet, like having bacon, eggs for breakfast, or, you know, a burger, like a paleo patty and some eggs for breakfast, I was like not hungry at all. Like I was super full. I didn't feel like snacking at all. So, which was mainly one thing that like it led to me eating chocolate or sugary treats or like something throughout the day that I felt hungry, where like eating just a carnivore only diet, I felt literally just full all the time, and I didn't feel like having to have a snack. And now if I do, I have a cup of tea.
Yeah. I think like, so a day on the plate for us like now looks like breakfast in the morning is like, for me, I really like bacon and the bacon and eggs. So it's like 2 or 3 bits of bacon, 2 eggs and a bit of cheese, and that's our breakfast. And if there's no bacon, it's a paleo patty. So it'll be like a paleo patty, 2 eggs and a bit of cheese, and that's our breakfast. And I was a cereal snacker. Like I said, I live to eat. I love food. So I want to be like snacking on all the foods all day. And I never found that I was hungry. I never really found that I was hungry between lunchtime and breakfast time.
Yeah.
So that was breakfast. Lunch, we're usually at work. So we've got an air fryer at work. So lunch would be like whatever you could chuck in the air fryer. It might be a pork chop. Could
something
be a couple
between meetings, something like that.
Just something easy that you could throw in the air fryer. Like we weren't real big on like meal prepping or anything like that. It was like just something in the kitchen at work that we could quickly heat up or cook. And then dinner was a big piece of meat. Like it was like steak, maybe a roast. So I'd like cook a roast and we'd share the roast, but mostly steak.
Yeah.
Steak and butter.
Steak and butter,
A lot of butter.
I have sour cream.
Yeah, you have a lot of sour cream. I think there's a bit of a misconception around butter. Like butter was always made out to be bad for you, and then margarine came in and all that sort of stuff. But like butter is so good. Tastes so good. I just like to eat it straight out of the thing. Just like straight up butter.
I don't do that. But on the steak, it's nice.
Yeah, it is. And how about like, so we travel a lot for work. We're on the road a lot, and I thought that it would be more challenging trying to be on a carnivore diet when we're traveling. But like, what sort of things do you look for now when we're traveling on the road?
I think like majority of places where you're going to go, they do serve meat.
Meat's the main part of every meal.
Meat's a main part. So even if you're going to Macca's or like, you can always find something and make a choice, right? But this is all it comes down to, is choice and just making that right choice. Like you know, for instance, I was just at the neighbour's bull sale before, and there was like just a table full of treats and caramel slices. They're all free, and like I have such a sweet tooth, and I had to make a choice just to walk away from that because otherwise I would have smashed the whole lot.
You're better than me. I would have sat there and just
But
inhaled.
you know, but when you're on the road, you have to make those choices because it's like I think to myself like about these tennis stars or these athletes that they spend a lot of their time on the road and traveling and being in and out of hotel rooms and living out of a suitcase, and they don't compromise their diet or their eating just because they're on the road. They basically stick to their routine. They stick to their, you know, what they do. And I was the other way. I was like, oh, I'm just on the road today, or just like,
having
you know,
a treat.
but it got to the point where that became my life. You know, we spent a lot of time with meeting different people, going out for lunches and dinners with different people for different stuff. So, you know, you have to make that the better decision, even though that becomes your life, where it used to be a treat to go out for dinner.
Especially like as a kid growing up, you know, you go to the pub for dinner and
oh yeah, it's a massive
like
thing.
you get a big chicken parmy,
Yeah.
or you get like a little ice cream afterwards. Like you going out to the pub was such a treat.
Yeah.
But now it's become such a part of our life that we really had to change our mindset on what eating out is.
Yeah.
Like you're eating, and exactly what you said. We need to stay consistent with what we're eating. And if we go out, so if we're at Macca's, if we're on the road traveling, whatever, we just get the burger with no bun.
Yeah.
Because it's like beef patties, cheese.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
If we're in an airport, like a great place is a kebab shop.
Yep.
Because like the main part of the kebab is the meat.
Yeah.
So and usually people they can just carve the meat into a big bowl, put some sour cream and a bit of cheese, and you got a big carnivore bowl of meat.
Well, and same thing. One thing I like is you know, those Mexican fast food type joints. Like they always got like brisket or, you know, chicken or something like that. Pulled pork, big heap of that in a bowl. Sour cream.
Even though everyone looks at you weird, they're like, "Would you want beans and rice?" And you're like, "No, mate, just the beef." And they're like, "What?"
Yeah, that's one thing that I've definitely found is, you know, like people's perception of it. I think now, like, there's such a big, well, not a big thing, but like everyone knows what a vegan sort of food is, right? And how their diets work. But if I say that I only eat meat, people look at you super strangely.
Yeah, but if you said I'm a vegan, they'd be like, "Yep, no worries. This is vegan.
This is your dietary requirements, or this is all vegan." But if I say, mate, I don't want none of that shit. I don't want none of that. I don't want any of that. I just want meat in a bowl with some cheese on it or some sour cream. They just sort of like screw their face up a little bit because it's still, I think it's still like,
it's weird.
It's people are a bit skeptical of it, but I've never felt better in my life, clarity wise. Like my head is like really clear. You know, I lost 21 kilos in like 4 months. That you lost like 18 kilos in like 4 months, didn't you? It just fell off you.
Yeah, and you do feel a lot better, like, because you kind of, you don't, like you said earlier, the weight like just creeps on, and you just like, you don't really notice it. You're like, oh, a couple of kilos here, a couple of kilos there, and then all of a sudden you're like, fuck, I'm 100 kilos. Like you, it packs on quite like easily. You don't just like not really conscious to it, but you notice the difference within yourself so much when you start to like lose a bit of weight. You feel happier, you feel more confident. Like one thing for me is like and I'm a little bit nasally now because I'm a bit flued out, but like I always thought I had really bad hay fever. Like living on the farm, I just put it down to like the pollen, like being outside, the seasons. But since I started eating carnivore, that like completely went away.
100%.
Like I
think your skin too. Your skin was like,
I'd always have like these lumps down the sides of my cheeks, and I like go and get facials, and I tried a million different skincare routines. But like within a couple of weeks of eating carnivore and taking the sugar out of my diet and the carbs, my skin, and I get people compliment on my skin a lot now, and I haven't done anything different other than just changing my diet.
So talking about that, Bianca, like, you know, what do you think some of the challenges are? Like if, you know, you're going out for barbecues or like dinner invites and, you know, weddings and all that sort of stuff. Like when we go out and sort of socialize a bit, how's that happen? Like, have you found that?
Well, I thought like the most interesting part was, so we started the carnivore diet in November. Which is basically Christmas. Like who the fuck starts a diet before Christmas? Ridiculous. So that was like the hardest part in itself. But I said to you, like, I love Christmas. Christmas is my time. I'm like Christmas mad. I'm going to enjoy Christmas. But what I found was I really didn't eat off like I didn't eat anything different.
No.
Like I had a couple of Ferrero Rochers and things like that. But like when you think about Christmas lunch, what's on the table?
It's meat.
It's prawns, it's ham, it's roast chook,
Yep.
you've roast meat.
Yep.
Like there's all of these meat items on the table. And here you got some salads and you might have a dessert. But like 90% of what we ate for Christmas was just meat.
And I love that.
It was so good. And then throw in there, like my birthday is not long after Christmas. So my birthday is in February. So like we sat down and had a really nice big tomahawk steak for my birthday. Like, and we made a deal out of it. Like
instead of going out for dinner.
Instead of going out, because like we have access to the best quality meat in the world.
Yep.
And I think like we took that for granted. Like people, especially at that carnivore event, they were like, why aren't you carnivore? Like you have you have free meat. You've got access to free meat that's like the best quality ever. So like we sat down for my birthday, we had a big tomahawk on the table. We
bottle of wine.
You know, like just made it nice, but made it like at home. And then birthday cake, we had a bit of cheesecake.
Yep.
It had the biscuit base on the bottom, but like fuck, it wasn't the end of the world. Like we had a nice bit of cheesecake. The majority of the cake was like cream cheese. Not the biggest deal. So I think just trying to make it fit in your lifestyle as well. Like if you want to be like regimented 100% carnivore and like militant, like super strict, that's up to you. But like we tried to make it fit into our life as well. Like, you know, we weren't gonna ask the chef at the restaurant to only cook our steak in butter if they use oil and things like that. Like we didn't go to that level. Like for my birthday, I had a bit of cheesecake, what of it? Like, you know what I mean? Like we sort of made it fit to our lifestyle. But it is, when you go to those outings, meat is the main part of the meal. You think about a barbecue. What are you barbecuing? You're not barbecuing fucking potato. You're barbecuing a sausage. You're barbecuing chops. Like you're barbecuing stuff that you can eat. So it may sound tricky, but when you think about it, meat is everywhere. It's the main part. It's just about making that choice. And like, trust me, when you're at Macca's and you've got like a cheeseburger and you have to throw the bun out, that's hard. That is hard choice to make, but you do it. Because you can see the long-term benefits of it.
So 2 other questions for me is like the cost of it. Like what you just said that you get meat for free, right?
Yeah, I did actually break this down. Yeah.
And then the other question is this sustainable? Is this lifestyle, or you said diet before, but I consider it like a whole lifestyle shift for me because, you know, I don't want to be doing something for 5 minutes and then think it's just gonna, you know, like cure everything else and then just go back to my old ways. It's a whole lifestyle shift for me.
Yeah.
So the cost, and then is it sustainable for you?
Okay, the cost is an interesting one. Like, so it's so funny. My sister owns a butcher shop as well, and she said she had a couple of carnivores come in there the other day. Like they've just started out. They had to buy just meat, and they were like, "Oh fuck, it's so expensive." Like spent $200 on meat, which is generally what you would spend probably for like 2 weeks, a week and a half, depending how many of you are. But think about what you're not buying.
Yeah, you're not buying
chips. You're not buying chips.
Veggies that you throw out because it's gone off.
Yep. You're not buying salads. You're not buying chips. You're not buying all the other bullshit in your pantry.
Cocoa Pops.
Your Milo cereal and all that stuff. Like, think about what you would normally, like, what I spend at the grocery shop now is probably like...
You might spend $70 a month, man.
If like maybe $100.
A month.
Like, and it's stuff like milk, toilet paper, toothpaste. Like all of your house garbage bags, like your household essentials, because everything else I get from our cow. Like I get all the meat, the butter, the ghee, like eggs. And we've been really lucky because our farm manager's wife works at a chook farm, so she brings me cartons of eggs because like there was an egg shortage. Like imagine being on a carnivore diet and there's an egg shortage. So eggs are a lot that we eat a lot of eggs, but like your overall food costs go down. Your meat costs go up, but your overall grocery costs come down. You're not buying soft drinks. You're not buying like as much alcohol if that's what you choose. Like bread, all that stuff that you would normally buy. You just don't buy anymore. And I tell you what, I suck at the groceries.
You were terrible at grocery shopping.
I just hate it. I hate.
You don't go into the shops. Like
I hate going.
I couldn't tell you the last time we went to a grocery shop.
It just would like, it's like worse than cleaning toilets for me. I would rather do anything than go grocery shopping. I just hated it. So now I do a click and collect and I get my basic necessities and it suits me so well. And one other thing that I love, there's no mess. Like you think about what it takes to cook a dinner. You've got pots, you've got pans, you've got fry pans, you've got salad bowls, you've got tongs, you've got all the bullshit. You've like used 25 different things in your kitchen to make a meal. You know what we
now
use?
we have 2 plates and
2 plates and a fry pan or a barbecue, and that's it. Like, that's all of our, like, cleaning up has never been simpler. And
you don't do that anyway.
You do that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this as you and me. Like, we live alone. We don't have kids here all the time. So, like, someone that's listening to this thinking, "How am I gonna make this work with my kids?" Like,
It would be
it would
challenging.
be challenging, yeah, for sure. And when the kids are here and when my niece is here, like, I cook food for her. Like, I'll make her spaghetti or I'll make her some chips or whatever, like, whatever she wants. And we certainly don't push that onto the kids. Like, we did it. But I'm always, like, more conscious of it now, going like, is eating Marlowe cereal the best thing for them to be doing? Probably not.
With a 4.5-star health rating.
Yeah, that's another thing we need to talk about, health star ratings. Anyway, so this cost, I think, is
it sustainable?
Is it sustainable? Well, we're what, 8 months in? And I would say, like, you've been pretty strict. Me, probably, like, the last couple of months, I've been a bit, I'd say, like, 85% carnivore, maybe 80%, like, and the thing that's got me lately has been sugar.
Dude, I don't even know why you've been buying chocolate again.
I bought some Dubai chocolate the other day because I see it on TikTok and I had a weak moment and thought that would be so yummy.
I was gonna throw it out when you were home yesterday.
Oh, I just love chocolate so much. But what I've felt like lately is I felt like I'm at the mercy of it again. Like, I feel like I'm addicted to sugar again. And I know it only takes like 3 or 4 days to get your body back into ketosis and to, like, kick that craving. But there was one day there where I was just like, I felt like a drug addict. I was, like, rummaging through the cupboard. I was gonna eat the chocolate chips out of the fucking pantry. I was, like, looking for anything that I could just to try and have, like, I was like, I need some chocolate. But that, I'm, like, really conscious of that now because I don't like feeling like that. And I hate the feeling of, like, knowing in my mind, like, I can feel so much better. I had this conversation with you yesterday. Like I said, I'm a bit flued out at the moment. And all I wanted for dinner was toast. I was like, man, I just feel like toast, like something simple, just butter on toast. But I knew in the back of my head, it's not going to make me feel good. It's got no nutrients in it and I need to get better.
Yeah.
So what did I have? I had a T-bone steak with a heap of butter and it made me feel so much better.
Yeah.
So, like, just in the back of your mind, knowing that the food choices you make are not great when you're in that and you feel bad afterwards. Like, you kick yourself around for so long when you're making bad food choices. So, for me, just getting back, I don't want to be, like, militant, like you said, but, like, just feeling good again. And I really love the benefits that we've seen over the last couple of months of feeling glowy, feeling healthy, feeling clarity.
Yep.
And
so we're 8 months in.
Yep.
How's my motocross season been going?
Oh, mate. Can I just say, I've been on the motocross training program with you as well. And like I said before, I was a personal trainer. I was Olympic lifting. I was, like, CrossFit mad. I've done some pretty hectic workouts in my time. And I have never trained as hard as this motocross program. It is next fucking level.
It's like you got to be, like, one of the fittest dudes in the world to ride.
I have seen muscles in myself that I've never seen before. My triceps are, like, popping.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like amazing. I feel so fit, so healthy. And I'm like, I don't really take the motorbike riding seriously for me. Like, I'm just poking around doing something that's, like, your thing on the weekends. But for you, I reckon, like, you have improved so much. Like, your fitness is, like, chalk and cheese compared to what it was like last year when you were racing. What are you sitting second overall in the pro class at the moment?
I'm an old boy.
So, and you're a vet. So, like, in motocross, if you're 35 and over, you're classified as a vet. And Dave is, like, running in the pro class with all the young fellas coming second.
Yeah.
So, well done. Good for you, David. Like,
it's all to do with the carnivore diet.
And the fitness. It's played a big part.
100%. Anyway, so speaking of carnivore diets, recipe. So a carnivore recipe. My favorite at the moment, and, like, you think you're going to miss out, right?
Yeah.
But this is something that we don't cook real often because it takes a little bit of time. But the carnivore pizza for me, like, can you explain to everyone how that works? And, like, literally, I love the pizza man.
Yeah.
Smash a pizza and then smash a whole fucking pizza to myself.
Yeah.
Carnivore pizza, I have one piece and I'm, like, full. So can you give the rundown for it?
It actually came from one of our customers because I vlogged about the carnivore stuff and I wrote, like, a blog series across our emails about the carnivore diet. And one of our customers sent me through this carnivore pizza recipe on Instagram.
Yeah.
And so I made it. And basically it's chicken mince. So you get your chicken mince with an egg and you mix it up with some, like you can put herbs and spices or whatever you want in there.
So this is the base.
This is the base. So instead of like your flour base, you're having a chicken mince base. So you like lay the chicken mince out on your pizza pan. You can like just gently cook that for like 8 minutes in the pan. Only just really just quickly brown the top, and then you're adding all your toppings. So I'm thinking like for us it's sizzle steak. So I like chop the sizzle steak, or you can use stir fry strips, a little bit of salami, a little bit of pepperoni, or like add extra chicken, whatever kind of pizza that you would normally eat.
Yeah.
And then for a sauce, you kind of make like your sauce that you make for your lasagnas and your bechamel sauce. Like you make a roux.
Creamy sauce.
Creamy white sauce. So you've got your butter and your like melt your butter. Normally at this point you would add in your flour, but we're not adding flour. So basically it's like butter and cream, and you just mix it and like it gets thicker and thicker, and then you add the cheese in, and it's like a cheesy creamy white sauce, and you just drizzle that over the top of your pizza, cook that, more cheese on top, and that's it. That's your carnivore pizza.
It is so good.
It is a really nice recipe to cook. Yeah, I just ended up with a mountain of chicken mince in my freezer. I couldn't work out like what is going on here. Is this some side of a hint?
It is a hint. Yeah.
It was just like,
because you never cook.
I don't cook very much.
Anyway,
so that's where we're at with our carnivore journey. It has been tough at times, but very much worth it. I'm really enjoying it and like seeing the results. And you know,
100%.
for us, like we're going to continue. I can't really see it coming to an end. Like most of our meals are carnivore, and you know, I like it.
Me too. I love it.
Cool. Well, and just saying that, like, carnivore isn't for everybody.
Yeah,
like
100%.
we're not doctors. We're not giving health advice. This is just our opinion. This is what
and
works
this is
for us.
what we do, and I feel great on it. Not telling everyone what they should be doing. There's always plenty of people with an opinion about shouldn't be doing this or shouldn't be doing that, but it's just what we do, and I love it.
Me too. Well, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Paddock Talk. If you enjoyed it, please share it with a mate who might be curious about carnivore eating, or maybe someone who's been struggling with their health and is looking for a new approach. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. We'll be back soon with more chats from the paddock and beyond. Until then, look after yourselves, eat well, and we'll see you next time on Paddock Talk.
Thanks, guys.